did you have a deal on your stuff with, did I have any respiratory terms anywhere?
Yes.
Let me see that thing a minute, because I didn't bring mine with me, and I don't think it's on here at all. Did you see? Okay, she's got a deal right here. Now let's show you. Let me show y'all something. I don't have this on PowerPoint, but here's the deal right here. Some of these terms will be on the test. See these terms? Some of these will be on the test. All right, now look at this. Let me just kind of go into these real quickly. Anoxia, the absence or deficient. Anoxia is absence of oxygen. Anoxia, A-N-O-X-I-A. Anoxia. An absence or deficiency of oxygen. That's anoxia. You and I can't have that. Apnea, though. How many of you have heard of sleep apnea? All right, now in sleep apnea, there's a temporary absence of breathing. Now notice there, apnea is a temporary absence of, and it can be very tiring, it can be very stressful, hard on the heart. Sleep apnea, okay? Right, well you know...
I had surgery in May, and one of the reasons I had surgery was because I had a lot of nasal passage, which caused me to have sleep apnea.
Wow, yeah.
I would wake up gasping for air.
Wake up gasping for breath, air. That's hard on the system, sleep apnea. And yeah, definitely it is. Yeah. All right, that's temporary absence of breathing. Now, asphyxia is when, and that's what, when Hayne and I were out in that little frame house in Waco, worrying about asphyxiation, worry about old people, many times with space heaters, where there's not the central air conditioning and all that kind of stuff, and heat and air and all that, and the space heaters, worry about that. All right, asphyxiation condition in which there's a deficiency of oxygen and an excess of CO2 in the blood. All right, now remember that term, I have it down there, the word hypercapnia, it's down there. All right, so then there is bradypnea, abnormally slow bradycardia is what? Slow heart rate, isn't it? Bradypnea is abnormally slow breathing. Bradypnea. Now, the reason I had I have that word down there, dyspnea, so you've got it highlighted. All right, bronchiectasis is a chronic dilation of the bronchioles. I'm not that familiar with that. Bronchiectasis. Bronchitis, though, is an inflammation of the bronchial lining. That is bronchitis, and that's not good. Now, this one right here. Any of you ever heard of the Shane Stokes respiration?
Yeah.
You heard of that one?
It's like your final breaths, right?
Yeah, that's when a person is dying. And they'll do like this. They'll go. And they'll go. And they'll go. Many times. That many times. And then sometimes they get over it. Many times that signifies the end is near. And Shane Stokes breathing, irregular breathing, characterized by a series of shallow breaths that increase in depth and rate, followed by breaths that decrease in depth and rate. And Shane Stokes, if I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know if it's Shane Stokes, but it's characteristic many times of a person who is on their deathbed. They'll get their breathing pattern, and then they'll do like that, and then go, and then they'll go like that again. Shane Stokes respiration. I like this one. Dyspnea, labored or difficult breathing. Labored or difficult breathing. And I thought about those miners that were trapped in that coal mine, in what they I always pronounce it Chile, but all that on the news now they say Chile. We're trapped for 69 days down there. You know. All right, that's a miracle those guys got out of that. All right, dyspnea, labored or difficult breathing. Eupnea is what you should be doing, except for Nikki. Except for Nikki, and she's not having a good time. Nikki's not, definitely not. And that is, eupnea is normal, quiet breathing. Hypercapnia is that's diminished oxygen in tissues. Hypercapnia. Excessive CO2. Hypoxia is diminished oxygen. Now I like this one. I remember this one from my mother's situation. she could not breathe well in a horizontal position. In other words, like you lie down at night, you're lying on the pillow. And she would sit up on the edge of the bed like this, sit up like that. And she'd try to lie down in the horizontal and she couldn't breathe well. That's called orthopnea. Orthopnea is unable to breathe comfortably in a horizontal position like we normally all sleep. I don't think most of you don't sleep sitting up, do you? All right, and then rales is a sign that's sometimes heard in the lungs that resemble breathing or rattling. You know, that's rales. And then tachypnea is rapid shallow, like bradypnea is abnormally slow. Now, these are terms down here. Let me show you these things at the very bottom. Some respiratory, that's FEV1 stands for forced expiratory volume in 1 second. And they do that, they measure that on a graph. But if the forced expiratory, like if you go, and the forced expiratory, that typically tells the condition of large airways. The only way to really get that is on a computerized pulmonary function machine. And this other one, FEV1 over FVC, this is one right here. That's forced expiratory volume in 1 second over forced vital capacity. Now, the reduction ratio, that's supposed to be reduction ratio, confirms obstructive pattern, confirms large airway obstruction. That's what this FEV. I like this one right here. Now this is one that, this last one, that's forced expiratory flow, 25 to 75. That's like, all that means, 25 to 75. Like you have a graph like this, starts here, right here is 25, up here is 50, up here is 75, and up here is 100. All right, the middle 50% of the curve, the middle 50%, that's forced expiratory flow, 25 to 75. That is one that if you grew up around secondhand smoke, a whole lot of it, that is one that will show a low number. That shows condition of small airways. So keep that one in mind. When you get in a hospital working sometimes, if you can get to know somebody who works in pulmonary function stuff, they might hook you up to a machine and let you breathe in and kind of get the condition of your airways. So those are just some respiratory terms. We'll have some of these respiratory terms. They usually make a good thing for matching questions, the respiratory terminology. All right, so now, and did anybody bring your text? Nobody brought a text. I didn't bring one in here. Nobody? Huh?